Workforce continues to shift and evolve. We know that, right? The Great Resignation and trends like quiet quitting are on the rise as more people choose to make a living outside, that conventional 9-to-5 workforce. Money expert Robyn Thompson is here this morning to talk about the financial implications of making a big career move like that. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. This is such an important conversation. I know so many people that I know are taking a step back from that traditional sort of 9-to-5. So what are some other ways people are choosing to step back?
When you think about step back culture, it's really about stepping back from the environment that you're in and really looking at where is it that I want to be in my life? How do I want to show up in my career? That could be essentially moving back from a full-time position, taking on 2 part-time positions. It could be stepping back from the workforce to take care of family or loved ones, or it could just be a completely different, radical change to something that you've never done before.
If somebody's feeling like they want to take a step back, what should they be considering?
Well, there's lots to consider. I mean, the step back culture is not a crash and burn, I'm burnt out of my career culture. It is a intentional step back from what I'm doing to find something that has more purpose in my life that still allows me to afford my lifestyle and be able to keep the lights on and all the things you need to do to be people. So one of the things you want to make sure you're looking at, you want to make sure you're looking at your personal finances. You want to make sure that your savings are able to sustain what it is you're looking to do. So you need to make sure, obviously, you can afford it. You want to take a look at some division of labor. So do you have a division of labor within your household where you can have someone pick up some slack? If you're going to be staying home, as an example, and watching kids and not going back to workforce, how does that look like financially within that household? Then you want to take a look at some of your current investments. So perhaps you're in a position where you have a significant amount invested and you can change that investments to income producing versus capital appreciation. So switch it to dividends and income and different types of assets that bring you income versus all growth and capital assets. So you can start to bridge the gap between the two.
And we've seen some big names at big companies with big positions take a step back, haven't we?
We have. So we've seen a few. So one of them would be, so we're looking at Sheryl Sandberg. She stepped back as the COO of Meta. She stepped back to work on charity work. So people that have worked their whole lives to be in these big positions are saying, maybe there's something bigger on the horizon for me. Jacinda Ardern, she's the former Prime Minister in New Zealand. She stepped back after 2 terms in office. So the youngest female leader in the world and the second woman to give birth while in elected office. And she stepped back to say, I want to focus on my family. So really strong demonstrations of agency here.
Yes, and a lot of people would say, well, they have enough money to do that, right?
Course.
A lot of people would say that.
Yes.
The general rule before leaving a job is to have, what, a backup plan in place?
Yeah,
how do you build that strong foundation financially?
I would never recommend that you should step off to the end of the abyss and not have a financial plan. So make sure you have at least 3 to 6 months in savings. You may need a lot more than that if you are looking to start a business or change a career entirely, but at a very basic minimum, 3 to 6 months worth of savings. Then you're going to want to take a look at your pension plans. If you are leaving somewhere that has a pension plan, if you're retiring early, what does that mean to your pension benefits? Same thing with your healthcare benefits. So what kind of healthcare benefits do you have? If you do walk away, what does that look like?
That's a big one, too.
It's a really big one. These are all significant decisions to make. So this is about being intentional with the choices that you're making, and also looking at what is the income potential for the new role that you're looking at. Is there going to be an increase in income? Will there be other benefits to you? This whole conversation about the step back culture is really stepping back and saying, how do I want to show up in the world? COVID has changed us.
It really, really has.
It has.
It's changed the way we approach our days and our lives as we take a step back and really think about it. Just one more thing with when it comes to salary stuff and finding out how much money you're going to make. It's really tough to find those answers. Like because you ask somebody how much they make, that's not a question you typically ask somebody. So that's tough.
And I think that one of the things you want to do is you want to go on to different salary finders. So take a look at what are the different positions that you're looking at, what are they paying in the marketplace? If it's starting your own business, what does that sort of look like? So you can look for some ranges, but you also need to look at what is the opportunity cost, right? If you're in a job and you're going to be there for the next 10 to 15 years, and you get up and you don't want to go to work and you don't enjoy it, that's not a real way to live a life. And you will not perform at work as well as you have been. Your raises will suffer from it. Your bonuses will suffer from it because you're not giving it your all. So you also have to look at what is the purpose part of that, and how do I make up for different financial incentives by purposeful incentives?
Robyn Thompson, always good to chat with you. Thank you so much. Great advice. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.